Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. It's time for another exciting episode of Mind Equals Blown with BrendaG, that's me, and Matt Haas from
Hi,
Awesome
everyone. I'm
Wood
Matt.
Things. He has Awesome Wood Things. He has all things YouTube. He may even start up another channel for long. Who knows what he's liable to do? It's a piano playing, dancing channel.
That's right. That one's in the works. You weren't supposed to spill the beans. Hi, BrendaG from BrendaG's Designs. It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, Matt.
Why do you keep inviting me back? I have no idea why, but I keep showing up.
I'm a fool for punishment.
You must be. You must be.
Well, let's see who we got out there. We got Jimbo Shears with the driveway workshop with Jimbo Shears. We've got Ralph's Trucking is in the house. Hey, Ralph, tomorrow's grow day. We got Joyce McGuire and her birds is in the house. That's Fred's mother-in-law.
Oh,
Fred's my cockatiel.
that's your little birdie. Yeah. Hi, Joyce. Hi, Ralph. Jim, I said hi to you earlier. Hello, hello.
Good to have all of you in the house.
Share the fun. Get people in here. Let's pack the place.
Hey, Ralph, do you know what the schedule for grow day is tomorrow? I'll let him type that in the chat. If he does, I'll give him a wrench and he can tell us all what it is.
Nice.
We got Partly Cloudy 420 is in the house. Well, I'm doing much better now. I'm glad you're here. I had a bad tooth mess going on over the weekend, but we got that all, well, I guess pretty much squared away now. I got to be on some meds for a while, but I think we got it under control.
Meds can be fun. Yes.
Well,
so there's my All Things YouTube. Oh, did you see it? It only stays on there a second. So it's flipping. It's all green up there, but it'll flip to my new channel, All Things YouTube. So
All Things YouTube. It's trying to be the best hid secret on YouTube, isn't it?
Well, I hope it's not a secret. If you want to do awesome on YouTube, that's the place to be. So
and that's where the live streams are going to be on Monday nights at what time?
7 p.m. Monday Eastern. Every Monday. Learn about anything that happens on YouTube. I break down. I'll show you exactly what's different on the interface, tell you why it's important, and I'll do other topics on how to grow your channel and grow an audience and be awesome on YouTube. Check it out. All Things YouTube is YouTube channel. 7 p.m. Mondays is when I stream.
Florida
Pirate's there. Hi, Florida Pirate.
Glad to have you in the house. Boy,
He's a
got
good
some pretty
supporter.
videos.
He's all over my stuff. I appreciate that.
Yep. The good supporters are what we need.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. I had something on my mind that I wanted to share with everybody on YouTube, and I needed your help to do it, Matt. Now I'm trying to remember what on God's creation. If I don't write things down on all these meds and stuff I'm on, then Lord have mercy. I'm just a mess. But
did it have anything to do with additional cowbells?
No, but didn't have nothing to do with cowbells. It was going to show them how to do something with their YouTube channel, and I'm trying to remember what it was now.
The setting, like, channel trailer, or put different playlists on their front page of their YouTube channel, or banners, or thumbnails, or metadata, or analytics.
See, it wasn't none of them things. It was something that I don't think we've discussed a whole lot before, and Lord, I'm coming up short. I'll think of it eventually. I'll try to keep my mind that in the background of my mind here and try to come up with what it was.
Was it a technique, or was it video editing, or was it something to do with the interface or a feature?
I don't know.
Well, I can't help you.
It sucks to get old. I'm not kidding you. Your mind, you can put everything that's going on in your mind in a thimble.
Oh, my.
Let's see. Zaki Araza is in the house. Good to have you out there. I hope, if I miss anybody, just keep typing in the chat. I'll get you. Yeah, every once in a while, I'll miss somebody. I don't do it on purpose.
Edward Smart is here. Hello, I'm Matt from All Things YouTube. Welcome.
Good to have you with us. Everybody check each other out. You know how this game is played. You check each other's channels out. If you like what you see when you get there, then you hit that red button and turn it gray, and you leave them a message on a video while you leave that video playing. And it's nice if you could say something about the video. That YouTube really appreciates that when you do that. And don't say nothing about hugging nobody.
Yeah, no, don't use the keyword hug. That's not good. Jim Dockrell slipped in here. Uh-oh. How many mods do we have?
Glad to have Jim with us. And Big Ben 12 came in. Glad to have you with us. Mr. Doughboy 356 is in the house.
All our friends are showing up. This is awesome. Hi, everyone. I'm Matt from All Things YouTube. Hello, hello.
Yeah, we do mind equals blown here too during this show, where you give us a statistic, a fact, and if it should be true. We really appreciate it if it's true. And if it blows our mind, I'll hit a cowbell for you. Matt will give you a virtual taco. It ain't worth nothing except it's fun to do. And
I accidentally dropped a taco in the chat. I let that one slip. So fight
Mr.
amongst yourselves for that one, people.
Mr. Doughboy says 100% of deaths are caused by death. Let's see. Driveway Workshop with Jim Bashir says, why is it bad to say hug? Well, because YouTube determines certain words relate to that sub for sub business. And that's one of the words that they have come up with that they don't like. And so, they'll kind of mark your channel if that shows up in your chats, or if it shows up in your comments. So don't be on people's channels saying, I'll hug you if you hug me, or any of that makes it sound like it's just a sub for sub kind of thing. Because that's not what we're about. We're about support for support. People come and support your channel. You go and you support their channel. You watch the video. You leave them a meaningful comment. You hit that like button for them. Hit my like button while you're here. As a matter of fact, since I'm talking about that and it's on my mind, just hit that like button. If you haven't hit the red button, do that, because red buttons are evil and we want to turn them gray. But don't be saying, hey, if you come and support me, I'll come and support you. None of that kind of stuff makes it sound like sub for subs. So don't do any of that and set off that analyzer thing that they.
Yeah, don't get caught up in the algorithm. That's not good.
And the bot.
Yeah.
Bots are evil.
We got some good news in the chat. Mr. Doughboy 356 says he's decided to stay. He was thinking about pulling back from YouTube, so he's decided to stay, and he's working on a new channel image. I love it, Mr. Doughboy.
Good. I hope that has something to do with the conversation I had with you the other day. I'd like to think that I have something to do with that, because you never say die. Never, ever say die. Somebody puts a challenge up in front of you. You say, challenge accepted. And you
Coin Junkie. Hi, Coin Junkie. I'm Matt. Welcome.
Glad to have you with us. Check everybody out there. And, if you haven't checked out Matt's channels, check them out. Matt, you might drop your channel links there in the chat for everybody.
Yeah, I can do that. No problem. This is a brand new channel I have, All Things YouTube. And check it out. I give tips on how to grow an audience, because that's what it's all about.
The heifer's going to be dropping them too, but it never hurts to throw them out there several times so people can find them.
Mr. Doughboy asked me a question. Says, what do you think of my new character? He has a new channel icon. Let me share that with the folks.
Yeah, pull it up here. Let's take a look what he's done.
Because I can't see it real small on the chat. So there it is. That's much bigger. Okay. He's got a little caricature he's got going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's never showed his face on camera. I presume that might be his image. We don't know, but I do like it. I'm a big art fan. Oh, you know what? That'll actually get bigger if you do this. If you search and the channel comes, see how much larger that one is?
Yeah.
The other one was real teensy weensy tiny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I dig it. Oh, check it out. It's got a little flame torch there, and he's working on his small little coin object.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Doughboy, I'm impressed, and I don't give out compliments easily, as Brenda will attest.
Oh, he's a mess.
I'm brutally honest. It's a blessing or a curse. I really don't know.
That's why I don't let him critique my channel. I'd have to hurt him.
You don't have anything nice to say. Do what Matt does and say it anyway.
I do everything against all his rules anyway, so I know that
you really do.
That would not go, very well.
Consistent posting. She'll drop 3 in a row and then go the next day and drop another one. You do you. AJ's here. Did we say that? Hello, AJ.
Hey, AJ. Glad to have you with us.
All right. Now we're filling up. We're starting to get some folks in here.
And Big Ben 12 would like for you to pull his channel up while I got you highlighted.
Okay. Do people know about Raise the Curtain? Why don't
Yeah, just
you?
say raise the curtain there in the chat, and we'll put your channel up here on the big screen so everybody can take a look. If you want us to critique it, we'll do that for you. But keep in mind, he's a mess.
Well, the critiques are quick on this show. On my All Things YouTube show, the critiques get a lot better. Wait, Big Ben? Wait, what channel?
Hit the videos. There you go.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Now,
Oh yeah, Big Ben, you should customize your front channel here.
yeah, the problem with not putting anything on the front of your channel is when people pull it up, if they don't, if they're new and they don't understand you're supposed to hit those tabs to see what you got, they'll just look at that first page and think, oh, he hasn't got anything, and that'll keep people from hitting your red button. So
this is the Big Ben 12 channel right here. He's talking about a cracked phone. Phones being cracked aren't good.
I have never done that, but then I'd have a flip phone, so it's kind of protected, keeps me from damaging it too bad.
Well, some of those flip phones you can use to pound in nails, and they'll be just fine.
That's right. Can't do much else with them, but hey.
All right, that was a quick peek at Big Ben 12. If you want that done to your channel, just type "raise the curtain" in the chat, and hopefully we'll see it. Crystal McGuire's here. Hello, Crystal. Welcome.
Hey, Crystal, good to see you out there. She's one of my Facebook poking buddies. She does vids here on YouTube as well.
Jim Dockrell, he's poking fun at my mustache I'm trying to grow here. He says I have a caterpillar living just underneath my nose.
Somebody needs to do it. I'm here to tell you.
Yeah, watch. I can make it go fuller just with the magic.
Oh, Lord.
There we go. Oh.
You've done ward the glue all right off of that. We'll put some super glue on that for you.
There we go. Hello. I look much more distinguished now.
Well, I tell you what, if I was his wife, I'd get me a Sharpie marker some night, and I'd draw a mustache from ear to ear, clear across his face with a Sharpie marker.
Oh, Lord.
Put handlebars on it.
But you're not, so you won't.
I'm going to have to talk to her. I've got news for you.
Oh, you'll be in good company. She does not appreciate the new facial hair, but hey,
I can give her ideas she ain't never thought of.
I do it because I want it. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Dockrell, he's got to go walk his dog, but he's going to let the stream run for the watch time while he's out. Hey, I appreciate that, Jim.
That's cool. Hey, if anyone gives BrendaG a super chat, I will light up the lights in the background here.
And I'll ring the cowbell and I might dance.
There we go. I can play the piano badly.
Or I could dance and you could pay me not to.
Did you see the $2 super chat came in the other day? And then we started dancing. And then another $2 super chat came in right after and said, please stop dancing.
That's right. And I may have this down.
We get them coming and going.
I'm getting a corner on the market.
We got both sides covered.
Katie Dotson's here. Good to have you, Katie.
Oh, hi, Katie. Good friend, Katie Dotson. Hello.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get it where you can, you do what you have to do.
Katie, did you see I have a new channel called All Things YouTube? Yep. She don't care. She just likes hanging out.
And I have merch now, in case y'all didn't know. I have merch. I've got it in 2 different places, depending on what you want. You can go over to Maker Media Network. That's Maker Media Network, and hit the shop button and go down to BrendaG's Designs. I got mugs and shirts over there. And then if you go to Teesprings, look up BrendaG's Designs. They're on Teespring, and I've got shirts and mugs and tank tops and hoodies and all kinds of stuff over there. So if you want to see some of my merch that's got my logo on it, and it's got the dragon, and it says BrendaG's Designs, Brenda's Crafty, be like Brenda on it.
I like it.
And if you need stickers from me, I've got stickers that have the BrendaG's Designs logo on them. Is all you got to do is get me your address. They're either on Facebook or Twitter, or if you got my email, or wherever you want to send me your address, and I'll ship you out a business card and a sticker.
I'm looking for your sticker. Oh, here it is. I do have a business card. And there's my BrendaG's design sticker.
There you go.
Woohoo!
So right there it all
Beautiful
is.
logo.
You
Beautiful
need,
logo. See, it looks like a G. That's not lost on me.
that's right.
I like dragons. Dragons are cool.
I
You know,
think so too.
it says, I'm a friendly dragon, but if you mess with me, I will blow fire all up your face.
That's right. And I've got a list of people that can attest to that as well.
Oh, no. Look at the comment Katie put down there. Should we approve that one?
Yes, you can go ahead and approve that.
Okay. So this is why I love Katie so much. Now, Big Ben said he was going to do a joke. What do you call a bear with no teeth? Did he do the answer? What do you call a cow with no legs? Oh, a gummy bear. A bear with no teeth is a gummy bear, says Big Ben 12. And we'll see what his answer
I
is.
call cows no legs steak.
What do you call a guy with no legs and no arms in the ocean? Bob.
Bait.
Bob.
Oh,
Bob.
call him bait.
What do you call a guy with no arms and no legs laying in front of the front door? Matt. Yep. Jim Bashir's got it. I'm waiting for the punchline to the cow joke, but okay.
I was looking for that too.
I guess it's coming later. So this is why jokes are tough on a live stream, because the hosts wait for the answer. Ground beef.
Ground beef.
Okay, there we go. Boom.
Rockstar 897 Abel or 8970 Abel is in the house.
Hi,
Good to have you in
Rockstar.
there. If anybody wants us to pull your channels up, so all you got to do is say raise the curtain there in the chat, and we'll pull them up here on the big screen. Take a look at them.
And I refreshed my supply of virtual tacos. If you leave an interesting true fact that blows our minds, I will give you a free virtual taco. It has no cash value, but it will be free and you will get it.
Mr. Doughboy says, what do you call a guy with no legs and no arms in a pile of leaves?
Oh my.
Russell.
Did he answer it? Oh my goodness. Lord have mercy.
Janice So Loved is in the house. Good to have you in there.
Hi, Janice.
SOS
Death Valley. What is this? Amen. Hop Ed G. Raise the curtains. Well, let's see what that one's all about.
Let's see that one.
I like when people come in here knowing the vernacular. If you put raise the curtain in the chat, I will show your channel to the audience.
Yeah, and I've got Matt highlighted, so you'd rather take a look at him anyway, because he's prettier than me.
Oh boy. So what do we got here? 387 red button pushes. Quick little update, keeping it. Hashtag he on a good ride. Just say no. Let's see what this one's all about. Oh, got some language happening here. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see what else is happening on this channel. Quick little update. Let's see what the quick little update's about. Well, that looks interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to have one of them.
He's growing herbs in his house.
That's right.
Well, that was SOS Death Valley, whatever that word is, G.
Yep. I wish that Indiana'd get on the stick.
Oh, yeah. In Pennsylvania, it's now medical, for medical reasons.
We don't have nothing here. Over in Ohio, they got medical, but not in Indiana, nothing. Lord have mercy.
Rockstar 8970 Abel says 18 plus. Maybe that was the channel I was looking at. What do you call a cow with no legs? We already said that one.
I call it steak.
Yeah, he's ground beef because it's on the ground. Illinois is voting on it this week, says Jim Shears.
Yeah, that's about 4 hours away.
Say yes to prop, whatever.
AJ says that Illinois just got it pushed through for the herbs to be legal.
Cool.
I look for Indiana to be one of the last states that gets on the stick with this.
I do not partake, but I'm a live and let live type of
Well,
addict.
I don't either. That's because it's illegal. They ever
Yeah.
legalize it.
Oh, Roxy's here. What is this? How do you pronounce the last part of that? Hi, I'm Matt.
Roxy Chiafillo,
Chiafillo. Hello, hello.
good to have you with us.
I have virtual tacos. Interesting facts. Drop them in the chat. Brenda and I will riff off of it. If it blows our mind, she'll ring the cowbell and I'll give more virtual tacos.
I've got some facts that I could throw out there, see if this blows anybody's mind.
Cool.
Get the big eye on this thing so I can rate it. The Weddell seal can travel underwater for 7 miles without surfacing for air.
7 miles? It's interesting they rated that on distance and not time. But hey, that's cool. That's a long way to go.
According to tests made at the Institute for the Study of Animal Problems in Washington, D.C., now I'm going to stop with it right there for a minute. There is a study of animal problems in Washington, D.C. Okay, now we'll go on. Dogs and cats, like people, are either right-handed or left-handed. That is, they favor either their right or their left paws.
Did not know that. That's pretty mind-blowing right there. Thanks for sharing that.
The first part should just blow your mind that there's a study.
I know. Well, it's kind of one of those things where, like, okay, that's so absurd. It just makes sense because there's all kinds of waste going on in Washington. Cowboy JoJo's Adventures is here. Hello.
Glad to have you with us.
I'm Matt from All Things YouTube. Brenda keeps asking me back to co-host a show with her, and I don't know why she keeps asking me, but I keep saying yes.
I keep making him is what it is. I go and get him and wrangle him in here.
What can I do to get secret messages out to the audience, like being held captive, like a Blink SOS or something like that? Or you take a drink. She beats me.
Yeah. Have you ever played those road trips when you're riding with somebody, where you take like pieces of cardboard and you put help on it?
Oh no!
And you're going down the road, and then it is you slide that up in the side window there where you're at as you're going down the road, passing another car.
And that's something you did 20 years ago. That's not something you do now. Cowboy JoJo's, he's talking about cowbells. Maybe you should give him one.
More cowbell!
Do that 3 feet away from the microphone surface.
No, you got to get it up there close. It's more cowbell. That's like Katie says, if the scientists would ask the animal owners, we could save them a bunch of money. Exactly.
Yeah. Bargain Beauty's here. Hi, Bargain Beauty. I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
Glad to have you with us.
She's got the smiling face with the joy tears running down it.
Share this out. Tell everybody that we're live here. We don't want to be the best kept secret on the internet.
Oh, I lost the show page. What's our viewership? What are we at? What do the numbers look like?
13. I have 13.
We can double that. 26, baby. Let's go. Share.
We can get some folks in here. Everybody likes to have fun with us.
Crazy facts. We're good. Bargain Beauty says, "How are you all tonight?" Couldn't be better. Brenda's coming down off of a cocktail of medicine to deal with her tooth, but other than that, I think she's doing good.
Be on it for a couple more weeks, but hey, I'm better than I was.
Joyce McGuire's back. Glad you're back. She's popping in and out. That's all good. We encourage that.
I like to tell everybody I'm finer than frog fuzz cut 6 ways with a broad axe.
I gotta write some of these down. I like the one where you said like a long tail cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
That's right.
Remember that one.
Boy, well, these steroid things that they got me on, they give you the jitters. And the first day on Tuesday, when I started these things, Lord have mercy. I just sit and shake. I thought I had the palsy.
Not shake because you're cold, just shake because you're shaking.
Just shake, just nervous.
Oh, wow.
Nerves was going off the map. Now, luckily, they warned me that would happen. Otherwise, I would have probably thought that I was totally losing my mind, but no.
We got an interesting fact. Goosebumps are caused by a muscle that doesn't, well, Is the skin considered a muscle? It's considered
Yes.
an organ. But well, what muscle controls goosebump? That more information is needed on that one. But
Well,
Jim Bashir's, I'll give you a virtual taco for that.
somebody's telling us a week or so ago that it was caused by the hair follicles contracting at the skin
Well, there
because
must be a muscle involved somewhere. If
because
Jim
of the
says it.
cold.
Oh, he put the name of the muscle.
Erector pili muscle.
Okay. I did not know that. That kind of blew my mind. So you got your taco there. You see, other people, you could have tacos too. Seriously, they could be yours. Drop interesting facts.
Yeah, it's part of the nervous system.
Gotcha. Oh, Bargain Beauty's reminding people to hit the
Yep.
thumbs up button.
Hit that
That's
thumbs
good.
up like a boss.
I did hit it before the show. Now I lost the show page. But see, look, I made this little thumbs up piece of cardboard. Isn't that pretty?
Slap a like on it.
Slap a like on it. I got to get my green screen. I have a green screen of a hand coming up in front of the camera and going whoosh, and then like this stands. I put a little piece of tape on it and I edit it to get. It looks like you get it. I think I'm funny. I know I'm not, but I think I am. The
Let's
Indy
see here.
500.
We'll give you another one. An iguana can stay underwater for 28 minutes.
28 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It can hold its breath a long time. That's crazy. Iguanas, reptiles are strange. They're strange.
Path 1961's in the house, and AJ's out there. Cowboy JoJo's Adventures is in the house. Joyce McGuire, just kind of reading up here because I don't want to miss anybody. Lord have mercy. I watch the show back every week. And as hard as I try to stay on top of what's going on in the chat, I end up missing somebody reading them out. I usually see what they say, but I miss reading them out. And I've had a couple people have conversations with me over the weekend. And I wasn't really in any shape to talk to anybody over the weekend with my dental issue that I was having. But I had to try to bring them down because they're so upset they had been to networking streams and people didn't call them out.
Oh, like we call them out.
And yeah, wow. You know, they go, and some of these streams are fast moving, you know, where it just rolls, you know, and please do not get aggravated with the host if they don't call you out. And I guess, you know, even some of these people have seen the same hosts on other chats, on other streams and stuff. They still don't recognize them or say anything to them. And it's not because we don't like you.
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. And everybody's got their own issues and stuff to deal with. You've got your channel to deal with. Don't worry about whether somebody's called you out or not. You worry about who you're dealing with.
AJ says, I don't expect to be called out. I mean, that's kind of the attitude, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it not, and, you know, hosts are human. I mean, there's a lot going on. As a matter of fact, we're 4 facts behind now. We should probably catch up on some of this. So the Indy 500 ran for the first time on this day in 1911, says AJ. That's crazy. It's been around a long time, almost 100 years. What else is going on? The first 4 months, 25 million hula hoops were sold. Is that a lot of hula hoops? I think that's a lot of hula hoops.
How many can you spin at once?
1.
Well, you're doing better than me.
Oh, geez. Field maple leaves are a popular snack in Japan. Is that just a maple leaf that falls in a field? I guess so. Japanese, I mean, some of those Asian countries, they'll eat really weird stuff. I thought there was one more.
Graduating in the class of 2015 have never been alive while The Simpsons was not on TV.
That Simpsons has been around forever. Like 30 some years. I mean, it's been on like forever.
How can a generation of people who's been raised
multiple
on
generations,
South Park and The Simpsons, be so upset by little things that are said?
Oh, well, it's getting worse now. PC culture is off the rails. I don't agree. I'm a say what I say type of person and let the chips fall where they may. I'm not out for, you know.
On average, cats sleep for 2/3 of their life. This would mean that a 9-year-old cat has been asleep
Oh,
for 6 years.
no. That's crazy. They do sleep an awful lot. My goodness.
There's a species of jellyfish that never dies.
Your friendly otaku is here. Hello.
New York Jets Gaming is in the house. Glad to have you with us. I should read that properly. It says New York Jets 52012 Gaming is the name of his channel. He does live streams with support too. So you
Oh,
might want to
cool.
get over there and check his channel out.
Nice, nice, nice. Yep. I'm Matt from Awesome Wood Things and from my new channel, All Things YouTube. I'll drop a link to my channel on All Things YouTube.
The population of Mars consists entirely of robots.
Well, that's debatable.
There could be some little green men out there.
Oh, there's plants. Did you see the picture of plants? They got a whole forest out there. Not a forest, but you can see them from satellite.
And
A lot of things up there.
your friendly otaku. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
Yep, friendly otaku. Yes.
Yes.
Hello,
Glad to
hello.
have you in the house.
There's another channel called Big Fat Otaku. It's very popular. He's an opinion channel, and he rails against PC culture. Oh, someone's got to start their working day. All the best and have a great evening, says Cowboy JoJo's Adventures. Well, good luck at work.
I was just scrolling up to the chat, make sure that I hadn't missed saying hey to everybody.
Jim Bashir says robots and microbes probably on the Mars. Yep.
There are more fake flamingos in the world than real flamingos.
Whoa, that's crazy. All right, Mr. Doughboy, that's taco worthy right there.
I've always wanted a couple pink flamingos stick out in my front yard.
I love the tackiness.
Yeah.
I'm into that kitschy, tacky, type stuff. Well, just look around my office. My God, I got, TARDISes and Daleks, and not that that's tacky, but just weird stuff.
I'm always trying to do something tacky to the yard. It sets the neighbors off.
Oh, well, don't do what my old neighbor did. They put CD-ROMs hanging from a tree. It was the stupidest thing.
What I want for the big maple tree out in the front is I want to get a couple great big white beach balls and plant some or paint some black circles on them, black eyeballs.
Oh.
And I want to plant them up there in that maple tree staring right at the church next door.
Oh, no.
Do that like on a Saturday night. So when they show up on Sunday morning.
Big googly eyes. That's crazy.
I've got a face on the tree at the front porch that's a zombie.
Oh, nice.
It's ceramic, and you poke some nails there in the tree. You hang the eyes, the nose, and the mouth there on it, and it's a zombie face.
Jeez. So we got a fun fact here from Path 1961. Babies can breathe and swallow at the same time until they are 6 months old. Huh. That doesn't seem possible, but okay.
And New York Jets wanted to get my attention and tell me that he had just finished streaming over there on his channel.
Oh, see, now, Jim Bashir's put a interesting fact that I thought was just shenanigans. He says there were rap battles in ancient times, but there were insult battles back in 16th century England and Scotland. So they were technically rap battles.
Huh.
The funniest thing I ever saw on the internet was a rap battle video, but someone put subtitles in plain English because, they use street slang. It was so funny. It was like, I will have intercourse with your mother instead of, what they actually said.
Yeah.
Oh, one of the funniest things I've seen. Crazy.
Katie's asking if anyone has a cutout of Bigfoot in their yard. No, but what I'd like to have is a silhouette. You know how they make them silhouettes out of plywood?
I think that's what she's talking about.
I'd like to have a silhouette and put it up here against the white privacy fence.
Oh, no.
Especially right across from the windows of the church next door.
Joyce McGuire confirms pink flamingos were the things. Everyone had them. There was even a viral VHS tape going around before the internet of people stealing pink flamingos, purposely calling them pelicans, and demanding obscure amounts of money as ransom to return the pelicans that they were calling, even though it was fun, and people would dupe the VHS and pass it on. It's a real thing, I swear.
When I lived out on the farm, we used to have blue herons flying over all the time out there from the
Oh,
neighboring creeks and stuff, you know.
okay.
And I was said that they weren't blue herons, that they was storks, and I was going to shoot them out of the sky because they wasn't going to be dropping nothing down my chimney.
Oh, come on now. Loch Ness contains more fresh water than all of England's lakes combined. Yet Loch Ness, isn't it like straight? It's very deep. It's very deep. It's like a canyon. It almost goes straight down.
New York City's further south than Rome, Italy.
Really? It doesn't seem right. Well, I know Ontario is further south than some parts of the United States, even though it's Canada, because it does dip down.
AJ says at one point in the 1990s, 50% of all CDs produced worldwide were for AOL.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Remember when, I mean, every other day you're getting one in the mail.
And the minutes always came up 400 minutes free. Then it was 600 minutes. And then it got so many minutes. It was like, why even charge? You know?
I mean, their motto should have been, we can't even give this stuff away.
Oh, God. And for years, they got rid of their dial-up fees. And they said, you can have it for free, but you have to call us and tell us you have to tell us, send it in or hit the form or send the email or call saying you want it for free. And to this day, people are still paying $9.99 for their dial-up internet, and they don't have to. It's insane. Now they're defunct now, but I don't think AOL's around. A lot of my colleagues invested in AOL, like stocks.
Mm-hmm.
They were printing money because at the time AOL was the internet. Like it was easier to be on AOL than it was to go through browsers because it just wasn't caught up yet, and they were printing money.
They say the first interracial TV kiss was on Star Trek.
I do know that. Yeah.
There were still people making their way across the United States via the Oregon Trail the year the fax machine was invented.
What? Now that was in the early 90s. Because I remember Aerosmith had a lyric that says, I'll teach you how to fax in the mailroom, honey. Kind of like a double entendre. I teach you how to fax in the mailroom. And I was like, and that was right around the year fax machines were popular. Olacraft is here. Hello, I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
Glad to have you with us.
Welcome, Portland. Altcraft is from Portland. I'm not fluent to understand slang.
Joyce wants to know, do you remember the Laserdisc?
My uncle had tons of them. Those are the 12-inch or so laser discs. Yes, they were. And my brother just bought a vintage one. He's running in some Facebook groups that are Laserdisc Facebook groups. Yeah.
Neil Armstrong once threatened to sue his barber for selling off his hair.
Oh, no. He punched someone. Did you see that? Someone said, I don't think you were at the moon, or was really giving him shit. Yeah. Punched him, cold cocked him right in the face. I'm like, that's an American astronaut right there. Not putting up with anything.
Holocraft says that he likes the octopus. This octopus is Pinky, and I got it from Jim Bashir's, who printed this with his 3D printer. And see, look, its little legs all move. It prints off just like this. You don't have to do nothing special. Matt's got an orange one.
No red. He's inky.
Well, it looks orange to me.
Well, you're wearing sunglasses.
Yep, I'm wearing my eye protectors.
The first patent for the fax machine was 1843. That doesn't make sense. Must have been some sort of analog to digital, some kind of Patton. You Not Ready 365 is here with 3 thumbs up.
Glad to have you there.
Hi, I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
Be sure and check out everybody else's channel. You know how this all works.
Yep.
Make friends, grow your channel.
Hey, there's TFL Works. Hello.
TLF Works in the house. Hit the like button, share the stream.
Check
out everybody's channels.
I put a link to his woodworking website on my Awesome Wood Things website. TLF Works. Yes.
British patent 9745 on May 27th of 1843 for his electric printing telegraph, Frederick Bakewell.
Wow, that was ahead of its time. Yeah, crazy.
Oh, and Jim Bashir says that it wasn't Armstrong that hit the guy. It was the other guy that went up with him.
Oh, got it. Yeah, because it was Armstrong and...
Oh,
Glenn?
Joyce says that
Glenn?
Becky's trying to talk to us. Well, Joyce, you tell Becky that Fred says hey. You should see that bird when I turn on her videos and Becky is in there squawking. He likes to tear the bars right off the cage. He wants to get at her.
We should get them together. Get them on a little date happening there. Little birdseed date instead of coffee.
So Jim says that he'll look up who did the punching.
There are more public libraries than McDonald's in the U.S. Interesting. Guess there's a lot of libraries out there. It's kind of hard to imagine libraries are still a thing with Wikipedia and the internet, but I guess they are.
When I was a kid,
Buzz Aldrin,
the little bitty
John
town,
Glenn, Buzz Aldrin, and sorry.
The little bitty town that we lived close to. It wasn't the town where I went to school. We had this little tiny town that didn't have no traffic lights, stop signs, nothing. Had a railroad track went through the middle of it. There was about 24 houses, a feed mill, a grocery store, a little bitty bank, and a post office, and a barber shop there in the town.
Got a super chat.
Oh, thank you very much for the super chat. Over 50 and fabulous. Woohoo!
We're dancing. Brenda and I dance. I turn on the lights and Brenda and I dance. Another super chat will make us stop. It's good to meet you. I'm Matt from All Things YouTube. I'm dropping tacos in the chat every now and then.
Thank you very much. We'll hit the cowbell for you. More cowbell!
I gotta have more cowbell. Buzz Aldrin, got it. Billy Burt, you are correct, Katie.
Hey, Billy Burt, glad to have you in the house.
He was a scrappy little guy. Yep. Katie's pretty smart.
This little town had a library in it.
Okay.
And so I told my mother I wanted to go to the library and get some books. And she said, okay. So we drive up there to town. It was 3 miles from the house. And we get up there and the library would be closed. And she must have tried at least a half a dozen times. And every time we went, the little library was closed.
Huh.
And so as I got older, I just told everybody that my town had a library in it, but the library burnt down. It wasn't any great loss. It only had one book and it was checked out.
Crazy. That's better than saying it closed or it's always closed. My library in my town, they had a secret roped off room upstairs that wasn't for the public. And they had a glass box. And inside the glass box, they had a pencil drawing of Mickey Mouse. But it wasn't Mickey Mouse. It was allegedly the mouse that was stolen and became Mickey Mouse by Walt.
Huh.
There's urban legend that he ripped off the character, and whatever was in that library, I don't know what it was doing in my town. It must have been like from the town or something like that. I don't know, but it was there, and it looked like Mickey Mouse, and it was old, and it was in a glass box, all roped off, and you weren't supposed to be there, but it was there. I just take that for what you will.
Yep.
Oh my! Who else jumped in here? Yeah. Viking men work makeup. I don't get that. Says Strawberry Workshop.
We got one up here. Says anti-diphobia is the fear that somewhere in the world there is a duck watching you.
See, that's the thing about phobias. They're irrational. There's a phobia for getting peanut butter stuck on the roof of your mouth. There's a legit phobia for that. It's crazy. Crazy.
I have mind equals blown phobia that we're going to be back here next week.
Maybe that's why you were shaking earlier. It wasn't the drug. Just Teresa's here. Hello, I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
Glad to have you with us, Teresa.
Yeah, we're talking about whatever chat. Interesting facts are being dropped in the chat, and Brenda and I are riffing off of them. We're having a good time. If anyone wants their channel, share it up on the screen. We can do that. Just type the key phrase "raise the curtain." Type "raise the curtain" in the chat, and we will share your channel.
And share our stream so that we get more people in here.
Yeah,
more we have in here, the more support we get.
Push it out on the tweets and the Facebooks, and wherever else things end up on the interwebs.
If y'all haven't hit my red button, please do so. Yeah, I'll get you back after the show. There's going to be a new Heifer Haven go up tonight.
Katie says she heard the legend that Mickey Mouse was a stolen image. It would not surprise her. Yeah. In my town, Middletown, Pennsylvania, a little crap town in Pennsylvania near Harrisburg, in our library, that thing was there. Who knows? I don't know anything about it. I just saw it and heard the legend. There was no markings. There were no plaques. There were no information about it.
Have you always lived in Pennsylvania?
I have.
No place else would have you?
Well, I mean, I've moved around, but I never moved.
You've always lived right in that state, huh?
Pennsylvania, yes. Yep. It's a cool place because it's close to everywhere, but not in it. So you can go to Washington like this. You can go to Philadelphia like this. You can go to New York City. You can go, get to the beach. But like you're close to nothing's far away, but you're nowhere where you want to be.
Jim Bashir's like that setup that I gave you there. Now, see, I used to live in Ohio, but I escaped. I got over here in Indiana when their back was turned.
Cabbage Patch Dolls. I do remember that. Now, I have no sisters. I have brothers, but a lot of my friends, the parents were struggling to get their daughters the Cabbage Patch Dolls. And that's where people would fisticuffs.
Oh, yeah.
It got bad.
Big deal.
Very bad. And I remember my friend's sister had one, and we went over to visit. And I was like, "That's a Cabbage Patch doll." And
like, remember Furbies?
I do. Yeah.
I still have a Furby, and I've got a baby Furby too. The baby Furby is still mint in the box.
Oh, nice. Oh, Joyce has an original Cabbage Patch. Look at that.
Never had a Cabbage Patch.
The world's largest pumpkin weighs more than a sports car, says Jim Bashir's. Wow. I'll drop a taco for that. Yeah. Crazy stuff.
Tasmania has the cleanest air in the inhabited world.
Tasmania? Who knew? Now, Hong Kong it's supposed to be the cleanest place in the world because not only is it illegal and punishable severely if you litter, it's just against the culture. There is not a scrap of litter anywhere in the whole country. Hong Kong. Yeah.
Is that where they'll cane you?
I don't know what they'll do, but it's like if you spit gum on the floor on the ground outside, they'll probably kick you out of the country.
Yeah.
Like no joke.
Oh, that kid years ago, there was a kid that littered and he got caned.
Wow.
He was from the United States, and they caned him before they got him back here.
Oh, yeah. Katie says the owner of the Cabbage Patch Dolls is a first-class jerk, and they're made 30 miles from where she lives. Crazy. Dolly Parton lost a Dolly Parton look-alike contest. I did hear that. Oh.
Doctors who play video games more than 3 hours a week make fewer operating room errors.
I did hear that. And it's like fighter jet pilots are better too, because their reflexes. Video games are fun. I'm pro video games, although I don't have much time for them. But
I I've never played video games. The closest I ever come is my stepson had a Game Boy, and
mm,
he'd leave it laying around the house, so I picked it up and would plunk around on it a little bit, and I never could understand it, and I didn't say nothing to him, but he couldn't understand why every time he'd pick up his Game Boy that it was all messed up.
because Brenda got to it. That little black box underneath my printer there, that's a Wii U. And then under my desk, I've got 2 classic Nintendo systems, the mini NES and the mini Super NES. That's why I bought the TV, so I can play video games. But
Okay.
I only have one game for the Nintendo Wii U, the new Super Mario Brothers Wii U, the side scroller, and I beat it. So
Well, see, I got turned off on video games. Here's what happened. My stepson come to visit when he was little, and he brought his um, computerized game thing that had to be hooked up to the TV. All right.
Yeah.
We only had one TV in the house, and my VCR and everything is hooked up to it. Well, I had to unhook all my stuff in order to hook up his game. So I go through all this foolishness and get this game thing hooked up. Now, this was, way back in the 80s, right? So this was, primitive compared to what they have today. But he gets this thing up. Oh, he's all excited. And he has this game called Dragon Slayer. And he wants to put Dragon Slayer on. And I thought, well, that could at least be entertaining watching the dragons and stuff. So he puts this thing on, and these 2 fellers come out there on the screen, and they're beating the far out of each other with chains, and I mean there's blood splashing and knives and swords, and I never seen such carrying on in all my life. And every once in a while, one of them would die. And I'm watching this, I'm watching it and watching it. And finally, I said to him, I said, when does the dragon come on? And he looks at me like, what in the world are you talking about? I said, the name of this game you said was Dragon Slayer. I'm waiting for the dragon to come on. And he says, there is no dragon. It's just these guys. I said, unplug that thing right now. We have more important things to do with our time than be fooling around with this.
That left a bad first impression.
We're going to the museum. We're going to the Natural History Museum. We're going to go see some art. We're going to go out and clean the barn. Anything but this.
Yeah, maybe you were ahead of your time. I gotta give it to you.
So, that was my first and last deal with the games. Now, I did plunk around there with his Game Boy a little bit, but I never could understand that either. So,
got some more interesting facts here. Spam got its name from Monty Python. Do you remember that song? Spam. Yep. Wonderful spam. Wonderful
now,
spam.
I don't know. Spam was around a long time before I ever saw the Monty Python thing.
But true, but when spam email, that's what they're talking about. Spam email.
That kind of spam. I thought you were talking about the meat spam.
Yeah. And then swims and noon are words that can be flipped backwards and upside down and spelled the same way. Oh, literally. Okay, that's crazy. There's no word for that. Palindrome is forward and backwards, but this is actually rotating them. That's
they put that stuff up on Facebook all the time, and I can read it every time they put it up there, just like I was sitting reading anything else. They say that that's supposed to be a sign of intelligence, but I think somebody has to be off on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there ain't never been anybody accused me of being too bright.
The Facebook's interface is blue for Mark Zuckerberg's benefit. He's red-green colorblind, so blue is recognizable. That's why everything's blue.
Is he blind to that lawsuit that they're hitting him with?
Oh, no. When are they not suing big companies?
How many billions of dollars is that they're hitting him up?
Who knows? Not
I
my
saw that the
problem.
other day. I had to chuckle because I thought, well, people want to get big, fast. And
I think I better sell the Facebook stock soon because I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not. Once the kids don't play anymore, you're dead.
Yep.
And thankfully they got Instagram. That saved them. But I don't know. I think it's a sinking ship. And did we miss one more fact? Oh, Picasso was the suspect in the 1911 Mona Lisa theft. I did remember that. France was, they fingered him, but he didn't take it.
And it says French poodles aren't French. And it's illegal to sell photos of the Eiffel Tower at night.
I do know that. That is the, someone copyrighted the lighting system. So you're
Oh.
not allowed to reproduce the lights on the Eiffel Tower.
Hmm.
Go ahead, do a bland Google search for Eiffel Tower. All the photos will be during the day. I guarantee it.
Venus is the only planet that rotates clockwise. Hawaiian pizza is Canadian. That pineapple ham concoction named after America's most scenic state was actually invented in Ontario in 1962.
That's right. Yeah, it's not Hawaiian. Crazy.
Yeah, and Katie brings up an interesting fact. She says a standard French poodle was bred for bird hunting. Duck retrievers also been trained for Schutzen. And she's right. The standard poodle is an excellent hunting dog. But then man got a hold of him and gave him a goofy haircut, made him look like a clown, and bred him down to a mini and put a big bark thing in him and messed him all up.
Wow.
I like standard poodles. I'm not wild about the minis.
They're the real big ones.
Yeah.
There was a standard poodle in the first home I bought. The previous owners had a standard poodle.
Yeah, well, I had I used to teach dog obedience. I did that for 8 years, and I had a student that had a big black standard poodle, and I used to kennel sit it or babysit it or dog sit it or whatever you want to call it when they go on vacation. They bring it over to my house, and I take care of it for them. But yeah, and it was a really nice dog. I was real happy with it. But now the little dogs, they're too nervous. They're too jittery. They're
yippy dogs. Yip.
I call them slipper dogs. You need a pair of them.
Yeah. Well, my dog is a Shih Tzu, and they were literally bred to keep the feet of the kings warm.
Yep.
And so they snuggle, but it's built in that they're snuggling dogs because that's what kept them around.
Yeah, you can spray a little dust on them and keep the floor clean.
Yeah, keep the floors dusted. Driveway Workshop said that David Hasselhoff's divorce statement included ownership of the nickname, quote unquote, the Hoff. I think that's so funny because, David Hasselhoff was in the news because he got rip-roaring drunk. Like it was like almost alcohol poisoning drunk, and he just went on a bender and a tear, and it was like epic how drunk he was. So when you say to someone, how drunk do you want to get on a scale of 1 to David Hasselhoff? Like that's sort of a funny thing you said. And my friends' kids were real young. They were like 7 and 8. And I used to say, how much fun do you want to have on a scale of 1 to David Hasselhoff? They don't know that the whole drunk thing, but it was a fun little thing. And so they consider Uncle Matt, the David Hasselhoff guy.
I'd love David Hasselhoff when he was just starting out and he was on Young and Restless.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he actually thought that Baywatch was like a drama. He didn't know it was like a laughing joke. Oh, Gear Vlogs is here. Hi, Gear Vlogs. You slipped in. Hello.
Okay, I got a little interesting trivia. Let's see if anybody out there knows this one.
Oh boy.
What was Hasselhoff's name on The Young and the Restless? Because I still remember that.
Got me. Chat room. First one that gets it gets a virtual taco.
Let's see if anybody knows what his name was on The Young and the Restless. So look it up on Google.
It was Knight Rider.
Nope. Nope. This was back before that. I mean, I was still a teenager, so that tells you how many years ago that's been.
Oh, Mrs. Hopkins 73 is here. She says, nope, I don't know. Gear Vlog says no idea. I don't know anything about Young and the Restless. I still have my man card.
Yeah, I haven't watched soaps and I don't know, but I stopped watching Young and Restless when he left.
The friend I graduated high school with, he named his daughter Adriana because that was one of the baby names from Santa Barbara. Santa Barbara was a soap opera, and my friend's girlfriend who got pregnant, she named the daughter after a soap opera baby. Yeah.
Coffee Outdoors just come in, and Artfully Yours with Diana is in the house. Good to have both of you here.
Hello, Coffee. Hello, Diana. Good to see you both again.
Thank you for hitting that like button. Everybody hit that like button if you ain't done that already.
Slap a like on it.
And share the stream so people know we're out here. We'll be here for another half hour.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Or until the drugs kick in that Brenda's taking for her teeth.
Oh, honey, they're never off. I'll be at this for a couple more weeks yet before I come down off of this high. I'll tell you what.
Paul's Messy Workshop is here. Hi, Paul's Messy Workshop.
Glad to have you with us, Paul.
Paul made me this. If I can get it. It's a double tetrahedron on a 3D printer because I asked him to make it. And I put it in this weird thing, contraption, but he made me that 3D print.
You know, every time I see that, it reminds me of those cootie catchers we used to make when we was in school. You remember them that it was out of a piece of paper and you put it on your fingers and you.
Is it like, you
snap
go
it back and forth? It had numbers on it, and then you fill up a piece of paper to have a color, and then you keep choosing it to tell you like who your boyfriend's going to be or your girlfriend. Or
I remember someone got in trouble because one of the answers was you live in a toilet, and that was punishment worthy back in grade school.
Oh Lord. So we didn't get in trouble for much stuff like that. The worst trouble we ever got in, we had this principal that was nuts, and he didn't want us playing this game called Monster, which was kind of like tag, but when you went after somebody, you went after him like he was a monster, and he got mad about that, and he called a whole bunch of us to the office and threatened to paddle us and everything else for doing that.
See, in the Halo video game, they started saying you had to turn your avatar green and you would be a zombie. So they like legit made their own game within a game, and then the developers picked it up, and then they made that part of like a real game. And that's a fun concept because one monster can infect another monster, and then you've got two coming at you. And next thing you know, you're the last human. I mean, it's a fun, big game battle type thing.
Yeah, Diana says that's called fortune teller origami. Yeah, we just called them cootie catchers when I was a kid.
I don't know what we called them, but yeah, I remember it's like, pick the number 4 and you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go, okay, now pick a color, and then you flipped it over and it told you what was in there. Yeah.
Let's see. Jim's supposed to put some Barbie doll facts or something up in there. I missed them.
I'm having a feeling we may have missed something in the chat. If we missed something in the chat, just drop it again.
Yep.
No harm, no foul.
We're not ignoring you. We're just jawing.
Yeah. Once you wind us up, we just keep going.
It's like Barbie and Ken have full names. Barbie's full name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. Ken's full name is Kenneth Carson.
There was a Ken and Barbie like stop animation sketch on Saturday Night Live, and it was hilarious. It was talking about how Ken knocked up Barbie and skipped town.
with Skipper and Midge.
It was like single mother Barbie, child support sold separately. I was like, oh.
And have you seen Trailer Park Barbie?
No.
You have to look that up on Google. That's a good one.
Oh, dear Lord.
So Chinese fortune cookies are an American invention.
Oh.
I like Chinese fortune cookies.
I do too. I have the feeling they're really bad for you. It looks like they're it's like petrified grease.
A lot of sugar. They're very sweet.
Yeah. Ken was funny in Toy Story 3. That's cool.
There's a baseball court on the top floor of the U.S. Supreme Court building, known as the highest court in the land.
Nice.
Large sandcastle ever can be seen, or the largest sandcastle ever can be seen from space.
Sweet.
Puma and Adidas were founded by two feuding brothers during World War II.
Oh. Who could make the best sneaker, maybe?
Do you remember the gay Ken doll that came with its own closet? It didn't last long.
Oh, snap.
No, but I have a gay friend that would love that. Oh.
If a piece of paper was folded 42 times, it would reach the moon. Guess how many times you would have to fold it to reach back to Earth? 43.
Yeah.
One more time. That's right.
Yeah. Jerry Springer was born in a London subway station during World War II.
Oh.
That's better than being born on the highway. That's where accidents happen.
Gear of Logs. Have you seen the SNL skit where Barbie tells Skipper she had a daughter? No, I didn't see that one.
Or she is her daughter.
Oh, that's right. She is her daughter. Read that wrong. No.
Selfies kill more people than sharks. I can believe that.
Oh, see, that's the thing about someone needs to do a video where it's like, okay, if there's a ledge, like you can stand here in safety and take a picture. What, like the background of the image does not change if you get 4 feet closer to the edge. If like, there's a canyon behind you, it makes no difference.
Are you saying that cell phones need to come with warning labels now?
They do. Do you ever see those videos where people like falling down, like in the city where they open the stairs to the basement and they fall down that little well and into water fountains in the mall? They're walking and clunk.
I call that cleaning the gene pool.
It's Darwin Awards.
That's right. And let's see, we got one there saying a female dude is a dudine, not a dudette.
Okay.
Dextrophobia is the fear of having objects on your right.
There are more than 1 million ants for every person on Earth. Crazy.
I can't even pronounce that one that Doughboy put up. Can you read that?
Mop acidin is upside down, spelled upside down with different letters of the alphabet. Okay. Oh, okay. You probably flip it and it's.
I just didn't know how to pronounce it so that you could.
Yeah. Too many people falling off the Grand Canyon. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like if you could actually take both pictures, the background would be identical on both. Like actually inching that far forward does nothing for the actual image.
Let's see. President Andrew Jackson, taught his pet parrot to curse. The bird was later kicked out of the former president's funeral for swearing during the service, according to one Jackson biographer.
That's crazy. Yeah, there was urban legend of a priest that only swore in private, but he swore in front of his parrot, and his parrot started swearing.
See, I don't do that in front of Fred. That's one thing that I will not do in front of Fred, because I'm afraid that he will outlive me, and I don't want him to end up not being wanted by somebody because of his vocabulary. So
very thoughtful of you.
To protect him, I do not swear in front of him.
Yeah, race cars spelled backwards, says Gear Vlogs.
The teeth of limpets, a type of aquatic snail, can withstand more pressure than it takes to create diamonds from carbon. Twice as many nipples on Earth as there are people. Go figure. Robert E. Lee had a pet chicken that he kept with him during most of the Civil War. His horse, Traveler, outlived him.
Crazy.
Race car is race car spelled backward. Yeah, and Joyce says that sounds like Becky. She adopted her, and she came with a potty mouth. See, and there's people that don't want swearing birds in their house. So I don't want him to end up where he wouldn't be wanted if he does happen to outlive me.
Got it. Purdue University created a licking machine to finish Tootsie Pops. How many licks does it take to get to the center of Tootsie Pop? A 1, a 2, crunch, a 3.
Naive is Evian spelled backwards.
Wow, a lot of those tonight.
Stubbs And Orange Cat was the mayor of uh, Talkeetna or Talkeetna, Alaska, for 20 years. He was in office until his death in 2017.
An orange cat was a mayor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Grumpy Cat just passed away.
Grumpy cat.
And Grumpy Cat is being immortalized in that in a famous museum. Trying to think of the name of it. Shoot, goes my short memory again. Um, crap. Does anybody know the name of that famous museum where Grumpy Cat's being immortalized? Madame Trudeau Museum.
The Wax Museum?
Yeah.
Yeah, got it.
And they're going to make him movable too, so that he strikes different poses.
Oh, cool. $7 million is what it cost to build the Titanic, and $200 million to make a film about it. Oh.
Yeah, Joyce says not to let Fred watch the next video because she's going to have her bird on there swearing, and she already warned me about that once. And yeah, Fred will have earmuffs on. I have to come back here to the studio to watch it, not do that in the other room with the laptop.
Jim Dockrell's saying something that doesn't sound like it could be true. Last Saturday, he saw a bunch of Mennonites driving around in a Tesla. Mind equals blown.
Well, now that could happen in a Tesla car.
But Mennonites, they don't dress any different. They're not full Amish. I don't think. They just have like half the weird rules. There was someone I knew was in class, and they got cars. You know, they're old enough to drive, but the Mennonites weren't allowed to have any chrome. So he took a black paintbrush and painted black with the paintbrush everywhere there was chrome on the exterior of his car. It looks awful.
Now, I don't think they have anything against batteries. I mean, they have to have batteries on the buggies to run the lights. You know, they have to have lights on the back of the buggy.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. Yeah, Mennonites are not as backwards as Amish, says Katie.
No.
Well, that's one way of looking at it. If you put your finger in your ear and scratch, it sounds like Pac-Man.
The very middle of America is 2 miles northwest of Lebanon, Kansas, on a pig farm.
Okay.
There are more atoms in a glass of water than there are glasses of water in all the oceans on Earth.
Oh, I believe that. Atoms are super tiny.
Ozzy Osbourne and Keith Richards are among the top 10 celebrities who should be dead already.
Yeah. Keith Richards, that's just a joke that doesn't keep that, you know. How many times was his entire blood replaced because he was so polluted with drugs? They had to like flush him out.
Yeah, he's preserved. He's just pickled is what his deal is.
It's quite, drugs are bad. They'll kill you. He's keeps on kicking.
He's pickled. You're most likely to die on your birthday, says Jim Bashirs.
What? Wonder why that is. Google was nearly called back rub. I know it was spelled like the actual word Google. Google was a legit word, but someone wrote him a check for $100,000 and misspelled it as Google. And they're like, we're not going to ask the donor or the investor to write us a new check. We're glad we even got it. So they changed the name to the incorrect spelling that was on the check.
A group of butterflies is called a kaleidoscope. Google was nearly called back rub.
Yeah.
Maine is the closest U.S. state to Africa.
That's true. You wouldn't think so, but, the continent slants. It's not straight up, and it is closer.
The winner of the North American Wife Carrying Championship gets their spouse weight in beer.
Oh, jeez. Wow. All right. Oh, Michigan, you're never further than 6 miles from a body of water. Wow. That's where the Ozarks are. Remember that Netflix show, Ozarks? Good show. But it was about the town near Lake Michigan. All the crinkly edges. and the large coastlines. Good facts today, Brenda. My goodness.
They're filling us up with facts, ain't they?
Mrs. Hopkins 73 says maybe it's Rumspringa or whatever.
Glad to have you with us, Miss Hopkins.
Rumspringa is when the kids can go off and live without any of the rules, and if they decide to be Amish, they can come back, and then it's where they can wear zippers and just go nuts.
Kidney jerks out there too. Say hi to Kidney Jerk.
Oh, Kidney Jerk! I did not see you come in. Hello, I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
I'm just kind of scrolling up here to make sure that I haven't missed nobody else. I don't see anybody that I missed. But if I missed you and you're there, please say something else in the chat, and we'll try to pay enough attention to get everybody called out here. But there again, if you go to other people's streams and they happen to miss you in the chat, don't panic. Don't get upset about it, because there's a lot going on when you're trying to do a live stream. And sometimes you miss people. You don't mean to miss them, or you think you've called them out and you didn't. And so you don't say nothing, and you should,
I got 6 red button pushes during the show. That's
Good.
cool. I'll take it. Thank you.
Although it's not an official metric, the Federal Emergency Management Agency gets information from Waffle House about their closings and limited menus to determine the severity of the storm.
Yeah, that's a legit thing. There's so many Waffle Houses, whether they close or not, sends a pretty accurate signal of how bad things are. It's crazy.
Age 27 is a cursed age for many celebrities who've died at age 27. Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, and more.
Oh, speaking of, look what I got. This has nothing to do with anything, but I bought some artwork from a local artist. It's Prince.
Oh, wow. That's good.
It's pen and ink.
Yep.
The guy draws them twice the size. Can you see the detail on that?
Yep. Right down to the little scales.
So he's working on one of Freddie Mercury, and when that one comes out, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna build a double frame in my wood shop because I have a YouTube channel called Awesome Wood Things, and I think that's gonna be nice.
Yeah, if y'all haven't subscribed to Matt's channels, he's got Awesome Wood Things, and he's got All Things YouTube. His All Things YouTube channel will have a live stream every Monday night at 7 o'clock Eastern time, where he talks about things that have to do with YouTube to help you with your channel.
Grow an audience, baby. That's what it's all about. All about.
I'm checking the stream here. Queen Elizabeth was a mechanic.
What? No way.
Mr. Doughboy said that he's got a fact. He was in a Waffle House during 9/11.
Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shops here. That's Al Forte. Hi, Al.
Hey, Al. Good to have you with us.
Al and Katie Dotson are both impressed with my artwork that I bought. So, yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's I'm an artist too, so I appreciate talent, and so there you go. And my video where I lip sync to Prince's song on my Awesome Wood Things channel, it's now blocked worldwide. I swear. It goes in phases where they'll release it and they'll take my ad revenue, which is fine, and then they'll block it worldwide. This is the 3rd time since I published it. It's been blocked. So you can't see that video. And it was the crowning achievement of my video and entertaining abilities on YouTube. And now it's blocked worldwide.
It's like they're saying, oh, he did something good. We can't have that.
If Prince was alive, he would want my video live and public to the world. He was actually big against the record companies. He did not like that he didn't own his songs. Yeah.
So we got a fact. Although President John Tyler was born more in 1790, 2 of his grandsons were still alive as of 2018. And the average dairy cow produces 7 gallons of milk a day, 2,100 pounds of milk a month, and 46,000 glasses of milk a year.
Crazy. Yeah. Artfully Yours asked, when is my advice YouTube live stream? Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern on all things YouTube. Come check it out.
Let's see. Al like that picture too, he says there. And let's see. Jim Bashir says in an average grocery store, 1/4 of all the products contain ingredients that come from corn.
That's crazy. Corn is a huge crop that's in everything.
Jim Dockrell brings up an interesting point. He says, boobs are proofs that men can pay attention to two things at once.
Yep. Why are men better at reading maps? Because men really understand the concept of 1 inch equals 1 mile. Yeah. But bump.
Heidi Lamar, actress, or Hedy Lamar, actress, invented the technology that gave us Wi-Fi.
What? No way. Hey, Him and I Woodworking's here. Hello, Him and I Woodworking.
Glad to have you with us. Hit that like button.
Him and I Woodworking. I got a new channel. All things YouTube. I think you know that.
The scientific name for brain freeze. Oh yeah, like I'm going to pronounce that. Sphenopalatine, ganglion irreligia. Something close to that, I'm sure. Just want to hear you try and pronounce it. Yeah, thanks, Jim. Me love you long time. Yeah. Yeah. You know, this area has been smacked with tornadoes over the last week.
Oh, we had a warning come through, and a cloud formation flew like on, off a distance away, but the one cloud, it dropped straight to the ground. It wasn't spinning, but it was like, it was the weirdest thing, because there was a cloud, and then there was a piece of the cloud like this scraping the ground as it went by, but it wasn't spinning. I never saw anything like it. I'm like, it's gonna happen.
Well, we had like 14 tornadoes in the area over the weekend. They took out some area in Indiana over at Noblesville, and then they skipped over top of me, and they went over, some of them went over to Salina at Lake St. Mary's and took out part of the town over there. And then there was 7 of them, I think they said 7, that touched down over in Dayton, Ohio, and tore up Jack over there.
Not good, not good.
But I had a lot of people contact me, make sure a house hadn't fallen on me.
Oh, jeez.
I assured them that I was still fine. Flying monkeys was, still in the cage.
Glenda the Good Witch. I worked with a Glenda. That's all I could think of. His house has fallen on her. Jim Dockrell says Betty White predates sliced bread.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What?
Yep.
She must be ancient.
I saw a picture the other day over on Facebook that tickled me. It was Dick Van Dyke and Norman Lear and a couple of the other actors. I can't think of their names right now, but they're all like up in their 90s now.
Crazy. Path says the largest pyramid's not in Egypt, it's in Mexico City.
Diana says in Pennsylvania, we had 2 days of tornado watches. It seems to be going on all over the country. Yeah, Oklahoma was hit hard. There's a whole bunch of places that down in Texas.
Crazy.
So
Pennsylvania here.
Try to be safe out there. I mean, I was so sick when they was going over that I thought, oh, this would just be, icing on the cake. Get taken out by a tornado right now with as bad a shape as I'm in,
You saw my comment. I'm like, I think tornadoes know to stay away from you, Brenda.
No, it wasn't like, they set off the tornado sirens. I said, bring that son of on.
I can see you running out to the tornado and kicking it in the shin.
Yeah. Come on, bring it.
Oh,
think you're any match for me today, do you?
Don't mess with Brenda. Whether you're a force of nature or a person, don't
Yep.
do it.
Billy Burt saw that picture too. He said Rob Reiner and Mel Brooks were the other two in the picture. Yeah, he saw the same one. And I thought, that was really magnificent. I would like to see all of them together doing something on TV. And I'd like to see Mary Tyler Moore in there with them too.
More facts. Grapes catch on fire in the microwaves. Lobsters have clear blood.
The focusing muscle of the eyes move 100,000 times a day.
That's a lot of times. Yeah, the weather has been nuts. Just crazy.
Well,
And
it's
I
freezing
mowed.
one minute and burning up the next. You don't know how to dress anymore.
I was watching the weather bug, the clouds, and I'm like, this meeting's gonna end. I'm gonna be able to mow my lawn. I'm like, oh my God. I got 15 minutes to mow my lawn. It takes me a half hour. Thankfully, it's not that big a property. But I got out there, and by the time I was done, it was raining on me. I was like, I'm not stopping.
Mowing the yard here is a joke.
Oh,
it is a joke because everything is saturated. It rains every day here. The yard is a swamp, but the grass keeps growing, or weeds, or whatever you want to call the stuff that's growing up through it. And so I got a hold of the guy. Finally have this guy mowing my yard now, and I've got his phone number so I can harass him by phone. I don't have to deal with Messenger anymore. But I got a hold of him the other day. I said, hey, the yard needs mowed. When do you think that you can get to it? And he says, I'll be over today. Now, this was on Sunday. So he shows up over here and he's mowing the yard, and you can hear as his mower is going over there, you can hear the water. The blades are hitting the water.
Is the blade bogging down too? Because
he shows up at the door. He's got mud all over him. He looked like he had just wallered in a mud hole. And I said, you didn't wear your hip waders and scuba gear?
Oh no. Don't make fun of him. He's doing you a service.
He says, no, but I feel like I needed him.
Oh, he's going to charge you extra.
But he mows a whole bunch of people's yards in the area, so he when he goes around doing this, it's just the same everywhere he goes because everything here's soaking wet.
Crazy.
I need to get some, I got this liquid stuff to put on my tomatoes that keeps them from getting the bottom rot, but you put it in water and pour it over the tomato plants. And the problem is that the tomatoes are so soaked with water now, to pour more water over them is just going to kill the tomatoes. So I can't use the stuff to stop the bottom rot on the tomatoes because of all the rain that's coming down. And the leaves are already all withered and yellow from all the water.
Wow.
So I don't know. My tomato crop's probably going to be awful this year. Thankfully, I've still got plenty put up so that I still have plenty for cooking. But having fresh garden tomatoes probably going to be out of the question this year.
That's a shame. 4-wheel tractors are used by AJ to mow his yard.
Yeah.
Scientists once gave mice superhero-like night vision using nanoparticles. Mice that can see with nanoparticles. More TVs in the average U.S. house than there are people in the house. That's crazy. Brazilian man was killed when a cow fell through the roof and landed on him. I guess that was from a tornado or some sort of weather event. Shakespeare invented more than 1,700 words. Bubble wrap was originally invented as wallpaper. Woo! So many crazy facts.
A lot of good ones out there. And Thomas Schmidt Homestead Project just came in the house. Good to have you in there.
Hi, Thomas Schmidt. I'm Matt from All Things YouTube.
We'll be shutting this down pretty soon, but for those of you that come in late, you can always play this back after it processes and go through the chat because there's good supporters in the room. I'd highly recommend you get a hold of these people and go to supporting their channels, and they'll get back to you and support you as well. And this is how we grow a community, make friends with each other. There'll be a new Heifer Haven coming out later tonight. I've been putting out at least one a day.
I'm going to try and make another video for All Things YouTube. I got another video idea. How to go viral. Do you want to know how to go viral on YouTube? Stick around, All Things YouTube. I am going to tell you. Hey, don't forget me. Don't forget the thumbs up, says Odessa Woodworking and Maker Shop.
Yep.
Thanks for the reminder.
Hit that thumbs up. And we do this every Thursday.
Oh, Thomas says he already got me. Thank you, Thomas.
Every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So mark your calendar, hit the bell, hit the reminders, all that good stuff, so that you'll know to get back here and tell your friends. Bring people with you. More the merrier. We love a crowd. Getting everybody in here and getting support going.
Good show this time. I think those drugs worked well for the show. You should like stack a whole bunch of those just to get on them for future shows, even if you don't need them.
I'm not sure I can afford them. Lord have mercy. This is about to break me at the pharmacy. But you got to do what you got to do.
Oh, I saw a bill come through the other day. That's the thing. Healthcare now runs you right over.
Oh, man. And then, if you try to get insurance, that's off the map too, and they don't cover much.
I got the stupid insurance where you gotta pay the first $900 out of pocket before they'll even do anything.
Yeah.
And you still got to pay them monthly.
Yeah. See, I haven't even been to a doctor in in 9 years now. It was 2010 was the last time I've been to a doctor. So, how much out of pocket do I want to pay on top of insurance? Might as well just, pay it out of pocket and go on, unless you got something serious wrong with you.
Well, I mean, that's tough. It's a tough call because you can go bankrupt real quick with hospital things. But yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts.
Well, I'll try to remember what it was that I was going to ask you about and write it down so that I have it in here to have you show.
Well, as soon as I pop off the show, you'll remember.
Oh yeah, that's how it works. That's how it always goes. But we'll get it wrote down so that I remember it when I'm not in a drug-induced frenzy.
Jim has a funny in the chat. It says he calls paper currency William because he's not on a familiar enough basis to call them Bill. Paper currency. Yeah. Oh, Gear Vlogs is making coffee and checking out. Thanks for stopping by, Gear Vlogs. I think we're going to shut this down here.
If you want to know where you'll see me next Saturday night, it will be the Simply Wooden Creations show. And it's at 8 o'clock Eastern time, Simply Wooden Creations with Russ Clarity. I'm on his panel on Saturday nights. I missed last week because I was sick, but I will be back this week. So you'll catch me there. And you can see my Heifer Havens every day where I give free advice. I said it was free. I didn't say it'd be good. And and you can catch us here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So we'll see you then. And thanks for everybody that came into the house. Thanks for the super chat. I really appreciate that. And I think we're ready to say goodnight.
All right. We'll wrap it up here. Good night, Internet. Thank you, chat room. Stay awesome. Come back next time. We'll pack the place twice as crowded.
Bye, y'all.